So the last topic, not as uplifting as I would want it to be for the end of the show. I probably now in hindsight, I probably should have ended with the best fruit. But you know what? We just have to live past it. The best fruit happened. I still think cantaloupe.
Okay.
Cantaloupe is probably the best one.
Oh, I thought you went with strawberries.
Oh fuck! I always forget about strawberries. Anyway, the last topic is what is the most disappointing video game to you? Like, you were so fucking excited for it, you couldn't wait for it to come out, and then you played it, and you're like, oh, it's good. It's good.
You're forcing yourself through it.
Right? And then you fall asleep, and then you wake up, and then you realize that it wasn't a dream, and that you really hate your life, and then you fall back asleep for 20 hours.
And you shoot yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So I was wondering, like, what game or games have that experience for you?
There's a really good one I can think of. I'll come back to it.
Star
but I will
Wars
say
Battlefront.
See, people give shit to Battlefront, right? And I don't think it's like as bad of being like, fuck, I'm so like, I can understand like that's a big disappointment for a lot of people. But I never thought it was gonna be like, I never, for some reason, even though I was excited for it, I never thought like, man, I'm really excited for that game.
I mean, I was expecting like the graphic like content that they have now, but just on the engine and gameplay that Pandemic had for Battlefront 2. That would have been perfect. But there's a huge content gap with what they have.
Yeah.
So that's why I was disappointed. Madden 17. No, Fable 2.
Those are two very different games.
Madden 17 was a joke just because it's the same thing every year.
Yeah. Hey, Madden 16 was pretty good. Yeah, it was. It was the first good Madden game since 2010.
17, yeah.
I'm making noises.
But you're making noises, making them sound like you don't agree.
No, he's agreeing with you. Don't worry.
So Fable 2, why Fable 2?
Oh, I really liked Fable 1, and it was pretty expansive with like the choice of like the whole morale thing around like good and evil. And then Fable 2 came out, and it was still a lot like that. It also had some content gaps, but it still had the thing where like, oh, decisions you make this early on play out later on in the game, but then it also just rounded up with like a really disappointing boss fight. And yeah. That's my placeholder. I know there's a better disappointing one out there, but that for the most case, that's what it felt like.
Most disappointing game is BioShock 2.
I mean, I've yet to play enough of BioShock 2 to really gather like my own thoughts on it, because I've known people talk hella shit about it, right? Of just like, it's terrible, it sucks. So like, what was wrong with BioShock 2? Like, what is the problem there?
The problem with BioShock...
We're all very tired.
The problem with BioShock 2 is that you take a game that really made you think about like what you do when you play a game, and they just turned it into like, hey, here's another game set in this universe. You play as a Big Daddy now. There's multiplayer. Buy this game. We're working on Infinite.
Please. And it wasn't the original developer who was working on 2, right? It was someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know who. But that's interesting. I think it's funny that like for the BioShock collection, they have 2, even though it wasn't their game.
Yeah.
And then for the Batman Return to Arkham collection, they don't have Origins because it's not their game. It's a little interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about that. Think about that for a minute.
Industry decision.
I'm looking through a list of games that I've played or beaten, trying to think of some that stick out to me. Jack 2.
Oh, yeah. You hated Jack 2.
I hate that game.
But was that really a disappointment, though?
I like Jack 1.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You did really enjoy the first one.
And they took away everything I enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
I thought of my most disappointing game in more recent time.
Hit me.
Destiny.
Talk about your experience with Destiny.
So I was just like, I love the look.
And how long did you play Destiny for before you like admitted that it sucked?
So it was just kind of like, I love the look of the game. I love the gunplay. It's like Halo. Oh, perfect for me. A game I can finally snipe in with some viability. Multiplayer was all right. The balancing was weird. And then when it got to like the grinding in order to grind more, that's when like the first feelings of, I don't know if I genuinely enjoy this game as much as I thought I was going to. And it's a lot smaller in scale than what I thought. And then it really hit me when the first DLC came out, because I guess there was like network priority set to those who did purchase the DLC. And so every time I would grab a bunch of missions or whatever for the moon, like get an easy rank up on whatever new gun I had just gotten,
Yeah.
disconnect every single time.
That's fucking awful.
And I was just like, Bungie, you know
Bungie.
what? We might have to end it here.
Bungie more like Buggy.
Damn.
I bought Destiny for $5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $8 right now on PSN or something.
That's
And I was like,
I got it for
what it is
$5
worth.
because I went to GameStop during their buy any of these 4 games for $20, and I got Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, Dead Island, and Destiny.
okay.
I've been thinking about picking up. Speaking of Bioshock,
Infinite.
or not Bioshock, Borderlands.
Oh.
I want to get Tales from the Borderlands. I'm thinking about it. For that one's good.
Yeah. Funny thing though, the copy of Borderlands 2 I bought always froze at the first thing. I ended up buying it online.
I would say, speaking of Borderlands, Borderlands 1 was very disappointing for me. I was really excited because that universe looks really cool. I really like the sort of desert dystopian sort of fucking game. And the way that game played and sort of like, there was no direction really in the
Yeah.
game. It was like, hey, it's like a sandbox, but we're not even really gonna like, you're here, just go.
It's
Just go. But it wasn't like a cool sort of just go like Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. It was like, they didn't even explain anything to you,
No,
like how to play the game or anything.
the world building was really shallow, and it was just
Yeah.
like, it's shoot and loot. What about this stuff? Nope, shoot and loot.
Yeah, and it was like,
Hold on, Borderlands 2 will actually get some character work. in it.
yeah, and like, but it wasn't even like the character work, and that's what I play like video games for. And but for even for Borderlands, it was like the gameplay and like them teaching you how to play the game was really shitty. Like, I
Yeah.
remember just being dropped in and it was like, okay, go play. And it was like, fuck, like Fallout does that, but like they at least teach you the fucking mechanics first.
With rad roaches.
I admittedly also hate first-person shooter RPG elements where it's like, I shot this guy in the head. I took off a little more damage.
Yeah.
I mean, the best feeling though in Fallout 4 is when you got that vat and you fucking shoot his head, and their head just fucking comes straight off.
The
and
best
it's like,
feeling of Fallout 4 is turning it off and putting in a different game.
Fallout 4, BGG's Game of the Year for 2015.
I'm still
I
waiting
don't
on
even
PS4
hate Fallout
mods.
4 this much. I just turned it into a joke.
I'm still waiting on PS4 mods, Bethesda.
I really don't give a shit.
Talk about Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, Skyward Sword. Fuck Skyward Sword. Quote from
Egoraptor.
great improv comedian Ego Raptor.
Great improv comedian Aaron Hansen, known as Egoraptor.
So Skyward Sword is just like, I don't understand the appeal of that game. It was like the first like official like Wii game because
Twilight Princess.
Twilight
was on
Princess was GameCube and Wii. So like Skyward
Hey,
Sword
the
was-
first Legend of Zelda official Wii game was Link's Crossbow Training. Don't get me wrong.
But Skyward Sword was this like weird one. Like I liked the concept of it a little bit, where it's like, if you think about like the lineage of Zelda and like what Zelda games happened first, like Skyward Sword is like the first one, right? It's like they all live in this fucking place and it fucking turns to shit.
That's why it's the first one, which is why he has a stamina meter.
Oh my god, it's just like the game did not utilize fucking motion controls well. A lot of people fucking swore up and down, fucking it's so good at fucking motion controls. Awful,
I went
awful.
to GameStop. That game's still $55.
What the shit? Why? I know why. Because everybody gave it a 10 like a fucking dumbass. 10 out of 10, best game ever. Fuck you. Skyward Sword sucks.
Bomb bowling.
But it's also like it's just
Oh,
it doesn't have any soul to it. That's my main problem. It doesn't have any soul.
I wasn't around for the disappointment
Mm.
because I wasn't allowed to play these games. But GTA 4.
Yeah, a lot of people. So, did you like GTA 4 at all?
The story was pretty compelling. There were some parts where it dipped, and then the ending, honestly, it left you on kind of like, hey, you did a lot of stuff, and here's like this like bittersweet feeling you get. Hey, there's multiplayer too, which isn't as substantial at all. And so I was
We'll
kind of
prove it better with the next game.
Yeah, GTA 4 was so fucking dull. It was so dull. Like New York was not interesting whatsoever.
yeah, Liberty
Um,
City.
Yeah, and there was no life to that game. That's another one where there's no soul. And the fucking is he Ukrainian, Russian? What is he?
Nico?
Yeah,
Nico.
I thought he was like Serbian.
Whatever.
Probably Serbian.
He
looks
was
Serbian.
He was such a boring character. Did not give a shit about like any of the stuff that he was doing in that game.
This is a checking.
Nico, wanna go bowling?
Okay.
It was just like between. Like,
And that was another game where when it came out, people were like, "Oh, it's so good, 10 out of 10."
yeah, and then it's like when you have that in between like San Andreas and 5,
Oh my god!
it's like
Even
there's-
San Andreas eats fucking GTA 4's lunch.
yeah,
Oh my god, San Andreas!
because at least there's character work in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Nico. I am
I still
angry.
got-
I'm Serbian, but I'm nice guy.
I'm trying to be nice guy, but people want me to do bad guy things.
It's like
so-
it was basically them trying to do Mafia. That's basically what that game was.
Yeah.
And it was also like their sort of answer where Saints Row was like, we're going to go batshit crazy. And then GTA was like, oh, we need to be a little more toned down and serious. And then to them, toned down and serious meant boring as fuck. Game's boring as fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're like, oh, but Liberty City is such a great representation of New York. No, it's not. It really isn't.
I have a disappointing game.
What?
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3 was good.
I played it on Wii.
Oh, then that's your fault. Anything on Wii sucks.
I didn't have
Anything
it.
on Wii.
This was before I had a 360.
See, I played Spider-Man 3 on the PS2. That was before I had a 360 as well. But, you know, at least I had a normal fucking controller other than the Wiimote. But Spider-Man 3 was a surprisingly good game on the PS2 compared to the fucking movie, which was trash. It was
Which
trash.
was a masterpiece.
Trash.
Masterpiece.
Okay, so another.
Trash piece.
I like that you sort of transitioned into licensed games here. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2.
that was really short.
It was like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
4 hours long. There was like 3 different endings.
Made Order 1886 look like The Witcher.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like I really liked like how they ended The Force Unleashed, right? It was like you had 2 different paths. You could fight Vader and then destroy Vader, and then when you kill Vader, all of your friends are dead, so you have no choice but to work for the Emperor. Or you do the right thing, you fight the Emperor, everybody runs away, and then
You die.
But then they're like, we need to do a second one because all the fucking Star Wars nerds loved this one. And then they did this whole Force like, oh, he's a clone.
But is he really not a clone? Is he the original?
And it was like the weirdest Star Wars bullshit I've ever
And
like.
then Vader gets captured at the end?
Yeah, like Vader gets caught at the end, and then they left it on that note. And then like, because the first one was so great because it was like, that was like a well-contained story. You didn't have to do a sequel. And then with like the second one, it was like, okay, so now you sort of have to do a sequel. And then Disney bought Lucas, and then we're never going to get that.
Like, this is left
Biggest
open.
gaming disappointment ever. The cancellation of Star Wars 1313.
I can think.
We will never get that game.
I can think of a few other really disappointing cancellations, like StarCraft Ghost. This was before your time.
I'm before your time.
I'm old.
So before your time?
Mhm.
Okay.
Looking at this list of games that I've beaten, Assassin's Creed 3 sucked.
So
Yeah.
interesting thing that you bring that up is Roger Picorni, who I interviewed by the time you guys were watching this on YouTube last week on BGG News, and I asked him the same question. I was like, "Hey, we can't get you on talking shit, but here's a tease for a topic: most disappointing video game." And his answer was Assassin's Creed 3. It's a good answer.
Sucks.
Oh my god, it's awful.
Main,
It's awful.
main character was so dull.
Arkham Origins, not a bad game. It's just not as polished or good.
Yeah,
It had a lot of artificial
fucking-
game lengtheners.
people defend that game. Now they defend it. When that game came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this isn't fucking good. It's not Rocksteady." And I wasn't part of that mindset. I was like, you know, it's not the best, but I still enjoy it. I still think to this day it's the best story that came out of any Arkham game. But because it doesn't get fucking ridiculous like the end of Asylum where it's like I'm a Joker monster, and then it's not like as fucking ADD as City is, where it's like, hey, you want to learn about Protocol 10? You're like, yeah, let's figure out that, figure out what that is,
and
it's like
car is Arkham Knight,
and it's like just joking. It's gonna be about Joker the entire time, and then once you're finished,
it's a joke.
and then when you're finished with Joker, it's like, hey, remember Protocol 10?
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, it's like you never like, it's dumb. And then fucking Arkham Knight, the way they marketed Arkham Knight, I think ruined the story, because it was like when we all went into Arkham Knight, we were like, okay, yeah, it's probably Jason Todd. Oh, I'm sorry, did you not fucking figure that out already? Wasn't it fucking obvious? It was Jason fucking Todd.
At the end, it turns out it's Alfred. You're hurting yourself.
Like, it would have been so cool. Like, it was like their fault of revealing who Arkham Knight was a character, like a year before that game even came out. What Rocksteady should have done was like make people think that Arkham Knight was supposed to be in reference to Batman, and then not say anything that Arkham Knight was a real character until the day it comes out, and then you realize, oh shit, no, that's a character. And then when you like realize that shit, that's when you start thinking like, oh, who could this be?
While
you're playing it, instead of the year we had to speculate, and the two best answers we had was, oh, maybe it's Deathstroke again,
or two Damian Waynes in a trench coat,
or it's Jason Todd, or it's two Damian Waynes in a trench coat.
I would have loved that.
That would have been so fucking good.
It's Professor Pig.
Professor Pig was probably the best side quest in that game.
I love Professor Pig.
So fucking creepy.
Super disappointing to me. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's the only Pokemon game where I just feel like this doesn't feel special.
Yeah, it didn't.
Like every other Pokemon game, it's like this feels like something to me, but I haven't played Black and White.
That one was such a good step from Diamond and Pearl.
I need to buy it soon.
Black and White 2, even better somehow.
But Diamond and Pearl, it's just like, this doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that was like Team Galactic, I think, with
Not
the bad
interesting
guys.
bad guys.
They weren't at all, and they had like this really weird convoluted goal.
And Dialga and Pocky had really mediocre designs.
I would like to say I don't think any villains in the Pokemon games are compelling at all.
Hey,
Black and White were actually pretty good. I will tell you
Black
that.
and White had some good villains.
Team Plasma.
And also
who is the villain in X and Y?
Team Flare.
Team Flare,
which is just like a one-sided Team Magma thing.
Yeah, they just wanted to end the world.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction was disappointing to me. Because I just recently played that. And it's the only Ratchet and Clank game where I played it and I was like, this
isn't good.
This just feels like a mediocre story.
And
I love Ratchet and Clank.
The last two that I'll say.
Rock Band 4.
Oh, yeah, because it's just more of Rock Band 2, basically.
Yeah.
Not even Rock Band 3 because they took away keyboards.
Should have kept them.
Sorry. The last two I'll talk about is I still really love this game, but
Please say something.
while I was playing it, I was like, man, this could have been so much better. Like, I still really enjoyed it, and I put fucking at least 60 hours into that game. Was Mad Max. I really loved Mad Max, but the entire time you're not in your car and you're doing like the on foot, like hand-to-hand combat sort of shit, it's like, oh my god, this does not feel good whatsoever.
It doesn't.
And I'm trying to think if they were trying to do that on purpose because of the whole like, he's not a trained fighter, so it shouldn't feel like he's a trained fighter, but still it just like, it felt like bad mechanics. It didn't come off as like them trying to do that. It just felt like bad mechanics.
If you want a true open world game that does the Batman fighting really well, check out Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, Sleeping Dogs is really good.
I've been playing that for the last few
very underrated
few weeks. Love that game.
It's really good.
Interesting. I should check that out because it's been on. I think it's on sale right now. I'm not too sure.
I want to say it is. It usually is on sale. So
yeah, because it's been out since the PS4 has been out. Like it was one of the first remasters they did.
Yeah. But it's a good ass game.
Okay. And then the other one is Mario 64. It was really disappointing going back to that game.
On the DS.
On the Wii DS version is not even like the original game. It's fucking like, oh, you get to play as Wario and shit.
Yeah, you start out as Yoshi.
Yeah, that game makes no fucking sense. But going back to Mario 64 as an adult, playing it on the Wii U, it's just like, wow, this game is really just like, it's sort of just a tech demo of like what 3D platformers could be.
I'd still say it's worth playing to get an idea of like where it started.
Yeah, because it's one of the first, right? Like it's definitely something that you got to try out at least once. But it's definitely like
It's like how I think everyone should play Adventure on the Atari 2600 at least once to see like where the adventure genre started.
yeah. But like with Mario 64, that's a game you have to play as a kid. If you like grow up with other games and then go back to that game, you're like, what the why? Like you don't understand it, right? It's just like you've already seen everything else and how it's been improved.
Best 3D Mario game, Sunshine.
Fuck Sunshine. Fuck the GameCube. Wind Waker was the only thing to come off of the GameCube. That was
Metroid
really
Prime.
Fuck the lily pad level.
Metroid Prime. Okay, I'll give you
Eternal
Metroid.
Darkness.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Spider-Man 2.
Resident Evil 4.
Spider-Man 2 wasn't exclusive though. You could play that on PS2.
Resident Evil 4.
Playing as
Started as an
as Link in Soul Calibur 2, which canonically came in between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the timeline.
You're a nerd. Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh, was that disappointing?
No.
Oh, you're
For GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
Animal Crossing.
No, Animal Crossing is fucking dumb. Max, any
Someone
last
does not feel joy.
From collecting bells.
any last minute disappointments?
Honestly, Destiny was my biggest one.
Okay.
And that was more due to just grinding for the sake of grinding.
Yeah.
Not like that.
That game was way overhyped.
Yeah.
So glad I did not try to get on that bandwagon at all.
you
I went over
got
to Ricky's house, played it for like a half hour. I was like, all right, I've seen everything.
All right. You've
Cool.
done everything you could.
All right, this game sucks. See ya. Bye, Ricky.
My first
Sly 3, the worst game I've ever played.
That sucks.
And The Last of Us.
I didn't like
Joking.
The parts
You're
where it had-
you're starting shit here. You piece of shit. You fucker.
I will say though, you had to find so many fucking ladders in that game.
Same with Uncharted 4. All of the boxes you have to fucking find and climb onto. God damn it. Can we just do a point where we don't have to use a box to fucking find and push around and shit?
Can we have a action adventure game that we have a puzzle that's more than move the box to that corner?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, this is Talking Shit. It's BCG's weekly podcast where we bring in random topics of discussion. We talk some shit about those topics. If you like that, head on over to patreon.com/BGG. Give us $1 a month. You get every full audio version of the episode early before the episode rolls out on YouTube, where it's broken up topic by topic Monday through Thursday, before the full audio version of the episode is available for everybody on SoundCloud and our RSS feed. It's a good day. Slow day. I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling
a little weird.
Yeah, tired. I think we're all just sort of tired. I woke up late. You woke up late. I have no idea what's going on in your life.
What sleep?
Yeah, fucking sleep. Yeah, I went to bed really late last night, and then I tried so hard to wake up at like 8:30, and then
Did you get so far?
But in the end, it didn't even really matter. Max, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Of course.
We'll see you in 2 weeks as a regular member of the show.
I am excited.
I am excited too.
A little too excited.
I gotta think of a nickname for you. You know, you got the bisexual from Texas. You got the chunky punk.
What is your race?
Here's the thing.
He's the
Asian invasion. No, that's some.
I was trying to go for
That's
something
some
like
wrestling shit right there.
I was thinking about like Filipino, like what could rhyme with like Filipino.
Too bad. You guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the fighting game community, but there's that really annoying cocky player, Filipino Champ. I could be Filipino Chump.
Yes.
I like that.
Well,
I
there's
like
also
that.
and like the two rap names that I thought of for myself, being half Korean. There's Kim Jong Illest, and then in reference to ASAP Rocky, ASAP Saki.
Ooh.
I know it's sake, but sake is usually out.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
We have some choices.
Henry, thank you for being here today. I know you're still a little sick as well. So
Death is inevitable.
yeah, it really is. But before we get there, we should just talk about really dumb shit like video games and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we have this podcast. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this week. And until next time, keep talking shit. Thank you.